Purdue Traditions. Why are we called Boilermakers? On October 26, 1891, a football game was held with Purdue University against Wabash College. The final score was Purdue 44, Wabash 0. After the game, Wabash newspapers put out an article entitled "Slaughter of Innocents" with a subtitle of "Wabash Snowed Completely Under by the Boilermakers from Purdue." It seems as though with a new name, traditions at Purdue were bound to erupt, and in the next few years, many new traditions will begin to shape the way Purdue is lived today. The footage you are about to see displays the old Oaken Bucket game from 2008, where Purdue defeats IU by a staggering score of 62-10.
The Oaken Bucket. One of the most well-known traditions is the Oaken Bucket. The Oaken Bucket is a symbol of the rivalry between Indiana University and Purdue University. The Oaken Bucket is the second oldest trophy in the nation and is one of the most famous football trophies. The Oaken Bucket was thought of in a meeting in Chicago in 1925. They were wanting to find a trophy to give to the team that won the Purdue versus IU game. Dr. Clarence Jones and Purdue alumnus Russell Gray proposed a suitable trophy for the football game. They proposed that an old Oaken Bucket was the most typical Hoosier form of trophy. A bucket was to be taken from a well in Indiana, and that a chain was to be made out of bronze to form the letters I and P, which would correspond to Indiana and Purdue. The school winning the traditional football game each year would gain possession of the old Oaken Bucket until the next game and would attach the bronze letter representing the winning school. The bucket that was chosen is believed to have been taken from the Burner Farm, fixed to make a trophy. Where the trophy itself is only 85 years old, the bucket itself is 110.
Including games prior to 1925, Purdue leads the overall series 70-37 with 6 ties. Purdue has a total of 2,463 points, and Indiana has only 1,532 points, accumulated from every game beginning from 1891. The largest margin of victory is Purdue winning 62-10 in 2008. The highest scoring game, Purdue winning 63-24 in 2004. The lowest scoring game was a tie at 0-0 in 1925. The longest winning streak of Purdue is 10 wins from 1948 to 1957. Indiana University's longest winning streak is 4 from 1944 to 1947.
The Boilermaker Special, a locomotive, has been the official mascot of Purdue athletics since the 1930s. Though not the official mascot, Purdue Pete is one of the most recognized symbols of Purdue University. By 1956, Purdue Pete was at the center of activity at Boilermaker athletic events as entertainer and energizer. As a matter of tradition, the modern mallet-wielding Boilermaker character always appears in the number 1 jersey. Purdue's newest symbol, Rowdy, was introduced in 1997 during the first home football game of the season. The inflatable mascot made of parachute material stands nearly 10 feet tall and represents a young boy who hopes to become a Purdue Boilermaker. Purdue's colors, old gold and black, came to be in the fall of 1887. Football team members wanted distinctive and bold colors much like those of Princeton, the best team at the time, whose colors were black and orange. Some players interpreted the orange as yellow, and they decided to change the yellow to old gold and keep the black. Purdue's school colors have remained the same for 120 years. It was the brass iron on the steam engine Lafayette that inspired the university to choose gold and black.
The world's largest drum. Another tradition at Purdue is the All-American Marching Band. Along with it comes one of the most recognizable icons of all Purdue's traditions. Purdue's big bass drum is undoubtedly the largest drum in the band, and standing at nearly 10 feet when mounted on its base, it has been classified as the world's largest drum. It's about 8 feet in diameter and is about 4 feet wide between its two heads. At every home football game, it can be seen roaming over the field by the 6 band members who are in charge of it. The drum still possesses its original frame when the Leedy Corporation of Indianapolis built it in 1921. 6 bandsmen, who forward maneuver the drum while on the field along with 2 beaters, handle this mammoth drum. They strenuously rehearse the movements of the drum for the many halftime shows the All-American Band plays. Being a member of the big bass drum crew is filled with honor and integrity. Aside from being actual band members, the crew also attends several extra performances throughout the year to promote the drum. The physical requirements to be a part of the drum crew are incredibly difficult. Those who wish to be a part of the crew are to run a 1.7-mile run in 11 minutes and 30 seconds, an 80-meter shuttle run with a 20-meter segment that is to be repeated 4 times, a 100-yard dash, and a 400-yard run. Not only are the physical requirements exhausting, the attitudes of those that are trying out need to be above average. During the 1-week-long band camp that takes place before classes start, applicants will be observed to discover who is best for the job. It's also a requirement to be a people person, as the bandsmen pose for pictures and are to be interviewed about the drum. It's quite a demanding lifestyle to be a member of the crew. As you can see, the big bass drum is only one of the many traditions here at Purdue. No other university in the world can say that they have the world's largest drum. This is only one of the many things that set Purdue apart from other schools when it comes to traditions. It can be safe to say that Purdue is a school of many exciting and fascinating traditions. Without these traditions shown here, along with countless others, Purdue would just be an average university with students just like you and me. Not only does Purdue have substantial academics, it's things like rituals and traditions that make a school that much more fun to attend. Purdue is much more than a school, it's a way of life. Boilermakers across the country know all about these unique and distinct traditions and are proud to be a part of it.